calculate debt equity ratio from the following information. Now students, the information given here includes equity share capital, reserves and surplus are given to us, debentures are given to us, current liabilities and loan from ICICI is given. Now coming to the formula for debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is equal to long-term debts upon equity or shareholders funds. So now students, the first component here is long-term debts. Let us analyze which of these will come under long-term debts. A careful look will reveal that debentures are long-term debts and loan from ICICI, that is a financial institution, it is also a long-term debt. Current liabilities are given, but they are not a part of long-term debts, hence would not be used. So let us calculate long-term debts. Long-term debts are equal to debentures plus loans. Debentures include or have a value of 40,000 and loans from ICICI. I'll put it here, ICICI. They have a value of rupees 30,000. So the total long-term debts we have are rupees 70,000. So students, we have calculated long-term debts by adding the long-term resources that were given here, that is outside the sources, which included debentures and loan from ICICI. Now, let us come to equity. Equity also means shareholders' funds. So students, shareholders' funds or equity, it includes what? It includes equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus, which actually belong to the owners, and from this total we deduct fictitious assets. So let us see what we have here. We have equity share capital, so it will be added equity share capital. Then we have reserves and surplus also. So we'll add reserves and surplus. There are no fictitious assets, hence no need for any deduction. Let us see the values. The value of equity shares is 75,000. The value of reserves and surplus is 20,000. That means total equity is rupees 95,000. So now we have both the values. Equity is equal to 95,000 and long-term debts, as we had calculated earlier, were 70,000. So now let us move to calculate the ratio. Debt equity ratio is equal to long-term debts upon equity. Debt equity is equal to long-term debts upon equity, which in this case are 70,000 for long-term debts and equity is 95,000. On dividing it, we get an approximate value of 0.74 times. So students, what does this represent? It represents that our long-term debts are approximately 7.74 times or 74% of our owners' funds or the funds invested by the shareholders.